Coaching, mentoring and counselling. What's the difference? It's quite an important section in this book about that, and I just want to share that with you just so we're really clear about what we mean by coaching, particularly in a community coaching context and how it differs from other methodologies. Let's start with mentoring. I don't know if you're aware, but many years ago there was a book written called The Odyssey. It was written by a guy called Homer. And in this book, Odysseus, who was the king of Ithaca, went to war. And before he went to war, he left his young son called Telemachus in the trusted and capable hands of a close family friend. And this friend was called Mentor. So Mentor, as an older, wiser figure, nurtured the son of Odysseus, Telemachus, for 21 years, because that's how long he was away at war for. And this term became known as mentoring, where an older, wiser figure gives guidance to a more younger person with less experience. So mentoring is about giving guidance, wisdom, advice, showing them their way in the world. Now that is different from coaching. Coaching is about asking questions to help another person to think. Now, a good mentor will also have coaching as a skill set, right? So they will also not just tell, but they will ask questions. But we need to differentiate the difference. So when we're working as a community coach, our job is not to give advice and guidance. It is to ask questions to cause the other person to think through the goals or the problems, the possibilities, the plans, the priorities, how to involve people for themselves. That's the role of the coach. Counselling, and again, is based a lot on good questioning skills, but requires probably a bit more listening as well, is really dealing with people that have problems. And whilst problems are located in the past, and in all counselling methodologies, and there are quite a few of them, right, there will come a point where you're asking a person to move forward into the future. Quite a lot of counselling methodologies focus on what's happened in the past or is happening now. Whereas our approach to coaching is what we call a solution-focused approach and a results-focused approach that basically depends on people wanting to make a difference and move forwards. So, counselling focuses mainly on the past and the present, what's happening, and eventually will help a person to move forward, right? Mentoring is about advising and guiding, and coaching from our perspective is about asking great questions, and in our case using this framework for making a difference to ask those questions to help a person move forward. We don't get involved in the content. Absolutely key for us. If ever you find yourself getting involved in the content, it's because you're doing too much thinking instead of getting the other person to do the thinking. The responsibility, personal responsibility, always has to lie with the person that we're helping.